Hello you guys, my name is Leah. Welcome back to my channel. I post nursing based content here on YouTube, and if you are interested in the field of nursing or simply just intrigued by nursing, this channel is for you. So hit the subscribe button so that you can be a part of the Nurse Collective. So let's get into today's video. So if you're new to my channel, I am a PRN Med-Surg nurse, which means that I basically work when I want the money. And so I have true autonomy over my schedule, and I chose this route so that I can spend more time with my family. And so here I am. I picked up a lot of shifts. I think this was about 4 shifts in a row, but I think this is about day 2 of the 4. And so I've already been here the day before, and so I already had patients. So this is kind of like a really easy, slow start to my shift because I had these patients already. So right now it's about 9:45 p.m. I have already got all of my patients. I did my head-to-toe assessment. I passed all meds. And for some reason, I do not eat dinner before I leave. And so I wanted to eat a little snack. And then I wanted to plan out the rest of my week because I have a lot going on. And so here I am just taking my first 15-minute break early because my patients really did not have a lot going on. It's 11:25. And I think when I was talking before, I was getting ready to take my break. But I had 2 people call out for pay meds, and so it's night shift. I do not call upon my charge nurse when things need to be done. On night shift, you can go do it yourself. So I want to go do that, and so I'm taking my break right now. So yeah. It is 1:02, and I actually had a friend from my church who was working as an infusion nurse, and now she works PRN like me. And so I'm just gonna go check on her to see how she's doing. So. You guys, if you're married and you want some flexibility and you don't mind, I have vacation and sick time, be PRN. So this shift was a pretty okay shift. I didn't have a lot to vlog, but I want to let you guys know that doing these shifts, even though we're not really doing a lot of nursing tasks, as nurses, we do practice hypervigilance, which means that you are being acutely aware of what's going on around you at all times, and especially with what's going on with your patient. 2:58, and I am getting ready to pass a pay med on a patient that just called out. So pretty much for the past few hours I've just been eyeing my patient every hour, and so now I'm just getting ready to go in and pass a pay med. So yeah. So I'm gonna say this, it's about 6:30, so between 6:30 and 7 I am basically going around my patients, making sure they're actually living, so looking for the rise and fall of their chest, making sure that I've charted everything, just making sure all odds and ends are done, right? So that's what I pretty much do. And I'm also looking at notes to make sure that I can give an accurate report. And I had an incident that happened during shift change, and I just say this, a lot of nurses sometimes look like they're busy, look like they're doing stuff, even give a report like they have done stuff, and they realize even the report they give and the things that they do, or lack of the things that they do, or not doing the things that they do, or pretending like they're doing something, you realize when they leave. And when you start to go on through your shift, you're like, what did you do today? What did you do? Like, what did you do? Like, what did you do? And then also it's like, how are you getting by without doing nothing? Literally nothing. So I'm flabbergasted, and I always wonder why. And I want to say this and I hope I don't offend anyone, but a lot of times I'm learning in my unit that it's mostly travelers that act like this because they come in and do their little shifts and then they leave. Not saying every traveler does this, but on my unit where I work, it's travelers. It is 7:24, and I am leaving. I'm gonna go meet my friend in another unit. She works with me. Whatever you do, if you work in healthcare, do not take your shoes in your house. Either leave them in the car, leave them at work, or leave them in your garage. I am home, and I have done a lot. I made breakfast, give my daughter some medicine because she has a cold, and talked to my husband, chit-chatted, gossip, did a whole bunch of stuff, and now I'm getting ready to lay down and go to bed. So here I am. 6:22. I'm getting ready for work. It's a struggle. I woke up with a headache, but yeah, here we go. Shift 202. think it's like 4:30. I'm taking some labs down to the lab. In my hospital, the PCAs have to do labs. We don't have phlebotomists, and if they can't get it, then nurses have to get it. So yeah, that's our job. But yeah, night 2 of 2. About 5:40. We start to send in our labs about 5 o'clock until we get critical labs. Anytime after that. I received 2 specifically on a patient. One was glucose. When you get a glucose level that is verified or it comes back through the blood, check the glucose capillary. Check it through the capillaries to confirm, because a lot of times it could have been something from hours ago, just to see what the current one is. And also hemoglobin, so I have to get blood today. And I'll walk you guys through the process of what you have to do when you get blood. When you have to give blood at first as a new nurse, it can be a little bit intimidating, but the one thing that kind of has relieved some of that anxiety is looking at blood as something like giving fluids. But you want to make sure that when you are actually giving blood, to make sure you actually have a doctor's order, make sure there is a blood consent form that the patient has signed from that current admission. Just check your policy of your hospital, because it may differ, but I'm only going off of what I do in my hospital. Make sure you have a type-in screen or type-in cross within the 72 hours, and then a fresh set of vitals. And then once you pick up that blood, make sure you're actually giving that blood and it's in that patient's vein within 30 minutes. So this is night 3 of 4. I am currently right now cooking dinner. I want to cook some spaghetti because sometimes when I work shifts, I like to do things to kind of pick me up and put me in a good spirit, and spaghetti is my favorite meal. So I'm cooking that. I'm already dressed. I just need to get basically changed when it's time to go. There's some other things I want to talk about. I probably will talk about it at the end of my vlog, because I had like not a difficult night, but it was a lot. My patients are declining all at once. His glucose level was high. I think I showed that I was giving blood. It was just a lot. And I'm so glad that I, at the forefront of my career, established and learned policies in my hospital. So when things happen, I already know what to do. And it doesn't take me away from other things, because I had 4 other patients. But I'll talk more about it later when I get some downtime at work. So I don't know if this is just my hospital, but where I work, when you have a patient that has wound care instructions, a lot of times the wound care nurse and will put in specific dressing, specific ointments and things of that sort that we need to actually change the dressing. And a lot of times it's not on your floor because, I don't know, just things are not there. The point of this is to say that do not just neglect on the job because you can't find what you need. Go search for it. And so this is what I'm doing. I'm going to go search for it in our Omnicell on another unit. So yeah. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but when you are getting narcotics, you have to count what's in the drawer before you take meds. So just be aware of that when you take meds, count what's in the drawer.
All right, so ingredients for the minestrone stewed. I do not have carrots. I did an Instacart and forgot, but anyways, this is what I'm doing: chopping up onions and celery, and then I'll put some garlic in there. So yeah. Okay, so it's probably about 4 or 5 days later, but I wanted to end out the vlog and just say that I did not finish my 4-day work week, like 4 days straight work week, because I actually ended up getting really, really sick, and I vowed to myself that when I'm sick, I'm not going to work. Also because I am due to have a surgery soon, so I couldn't really take any steroids to kind of give me like at least a little bit of sanity while I'm at work. So I stayed home and I did not go to work. But I want to talk about something that really disturbed me really, really bad on my last day of work. I actually physically saw a patient pocket narcotics, and I had to call security. And what I did not know is that when you call security, they don't actually go and search the patient's belongings. So basically the patient can pocket and probably go out and sell these drugs because they're not checking their pockets, they're only checking their bags and stuff like that. And so I feel like, I was like, am I really helping patients? Because if he's not taking it, I mean, he doesn't need it. And so I have to give the medication because it's ordered. I did tell the doctor about what happened. The doctor didn't do anything. But yeah, I just felt like, man, am I a nurse? Am I helping? But I know that there are a lot of people that I am helping, and I know this happens, but I just felt some type of way about what happened. But yeah, this is healthcare now in 2024. So this is the end of the work week for me, and I'm signing out, and